Hi guys, how are you? It's your realtor, Aisha McNeil. Welcome to the real estate channel with Aisha McNeil today. Listen, last week I told you guys that I was coming on and doing a video today about the next step after the pre-qualified and the pre-approval status, right? Listen, once you get pre-qualified and the pre-approval status, the next step is to start searching for your home. The home that you love, the home that you desire, the home that you pictured and that you envisioned, that you see yourself or you see your family or you see your loved ones and yourself inside that home, enjoying your peace, because the castle of peace is everything. Women, y'all heard men say this all the time. They want peace, and there is nothing like finding peace at home. At least it should be found at home. Okay. And men, don't think that y'all the only one who want peace. Women want peace too. I know it don't seem like it, but yes, they do. At least this woman do. I want peace, a peace of mind. Okay. I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to argue with you. When I've been out there bustling and hustling and bustling and hustling and bustling and hustling at the whole world outside today, I want to come home and I want to listen, cut that nice jazz music on, get in that bubble bath, sip on some wine, and just relax for the day, right? So, what can I do? I can do that in my new home. The home that has love, hope, and family. Y'all see that? Love, hope, and family. Because that's what it's about when you get this new home. When you get your home, period, there's a peace of mind that surpasses all understanding because God is good like that, right? So, anyway, you guys know that I did a video on the process before the process. The process before the process is basically you getting in position, okay? You getting in position, okay? That means my credit is right, my savings is up, so I can pay my closing costs, my down payment. Um, my DTI is underneath 40 because I'm pretty good. I mean, yeah, it could be 50, but you don't want to go there. It could be 45, really, like 43. But I'd say be safe and be 30% DTI. That's debt to income ratio. What is that? My monthly payments that goes out with credit cards and rent and all of that. Add it up for the month. And hey, what do? You take your gross salary, right? You take the gross salary and you take the payments, right? And you figure out your DTI. How do I figure it out? Well, guys, I'll tell you that. I'll give you some math problems later, but you should have did this in the process before the process. When people ask me and tell me that they want to get pre-qualified, I say, hey, what's your credit score? Make sure your credit score is good. Make sure, do you have savings and a down payment and whatever that down payment, you're going to have to put whatever program you go through, whether it's 3% or whether it's 3.5% or whether it's 20% you put down. Please understand that it's additional money you got to come out when it's called the closing cost. Your down payment is not your closing cost. Your down payment is just that, your down payment according to the program that you are using for your loan, like FHA wants 3.5%. So that is your down payment, 3.5%. Conventional wants either they have a 3%, they may have a 5%, but they also may have a 20% down. If you want to get out of the insurance, extra payments, right? And so, anyway, depending on what program you use for your loan, then that is the down payment. In addition to that, there is the closing cost. Closing cost is different, and that could be a couple of $1,000s as well, 4, 5, 10,000, depending on what how much house you was pre-qualified or pre-approved for. So based on the amount that you spend on your purchase price is going to determine your closing costs and your down payment, right? But let's not forget the little things, right? So when you, like I said, I told you guys the process before the process was get your credit right, have your money together, and have your DTI underneath 30. I'm saying 30. I know politically correctly it's 43 possibly, right? But I say 30% because you're safe. I always tell y'all, I want to get y'all in a yes position. And if you can go, it's kind of like expecting the worst, right? If you expect to pay 3,000 and you end up paying 2,000, hey, that's wonderful, right? So listen, same thing with the credit. With your debt to income ratio, if you um if you can be under, if you 43%, you could also be 30% under too. Let's go 30% under your DTI. You want to figure that out? Like I said, I'll tell you guys some math problems later. But this is the thing. That's the process before you go get pre-qualified and pre-approved. So you know what you know, because they're going to ask you how much you plan on putting for your down payment. And then they're going to have to tell you and figure out based on what you asked and what house purchase you do and put it on the sale contract, you're going to have to, then it's going to come up with your closing costs. So like I said, the next step with this is when I told y'all the credit thing, the DTI, we moved on to the pre-qualified pre-approval. So now we move into the search and get your contract under, get the home you want under contract. So basically, after the pre-qualified pre-approval, you're searching for homes with your real estate agent, right? You're searching for homes with your real estate agent. Or if you decide you want to search for yourself, I mean, I don't know. I mean, do what you do, but that's like a person going to court for a serious case that could lock them up for the rest of their life without a lawyer. I'm just saying. Your choice. You have choices in life, but your choices determines your tomorrow. Trust and believe that. So once again, moving from getting your stuff all together as far as your finances together, pre-qualified, pre-approval, searching for the home. Once you search for a home and you found what you're looking for, you get it under contract as fast as you can. As fast as you can, okay? Because the thing about this market or any market, and I got to tell you, even in 2018, the reason why I sold my condo and I ended up having to live in an apartment for 7 months. The reason why was because we were being bidded out. Every house we got up 8 o'clock in the morning to go see, it was already under contract soon as they opened it up. Every house we kept going to see with our agents, it was being snatched by an investor or somebody because they were getting cash offers and things like that. So every house, we just got sick and tired. So I understand the struggle with these buyers today. I understand y'all out there, y'all desperate. And y'all offering all this extra money. Y'all offering 40 and 30,000. Hey, if you really want it, that's you. But understand, if you offer them extra $40,000, right? That means no matter when the appraisal come back, you coming out your pocket with whatever money they asked you for. In addition to that, understand this. That's you offering them that price on there. Understand that you still have to put down a down payment. Okay? So if that house was 300,000 and you wanted it so bad and you offered the seller 40,000 extra for that house, oh, that's good. But don't forget that 350, if it was 300,000 and you offered 40,000, so 340,000. So listen, the purchase price now is 340,000, regardless of the appraisal, because that's what it is going to be like. Hey, I'm offering you this. I don't care about the appraisal. I'll just pay it. Boom. Guess what? You go and you offer all that money. Now, don't get me wrong. It depends on what the seller says, because I don't care what you say. This is the price that I'm selling, whatever it is, you purchase price. So when something doesn't appraise for the price that is offered, the seller can still sell his property to somebody who's willing to pay that. And if you're willing to pay that, so be it, you're willing to pay it. But understand this, that has nothing to do with your down payment. And it has nothing to do with your closing costs. If you decide to pay the seller or someone else for whatever property or land they're selling to you, if you decide to pay them above price, okay, it has nothing to do with the down payment and the closing costs. Well, it has something to do with it. It just like, that's extra money. So because you decided to get them $40,000 extra, so now the purchase price is higher. So now guess what? Your closing cost is going to be a little higher, and your down payment is your down payment is going to be a little bit higher. So whatever you pay for that house, and let's say we're going to use FHA, it is 3.5% of whatever that purchase price is that you have to put down. And then there is the closing cost that you have to come up with. But like I said, I was about to tell you guys about the little charges. So when you put the application in finally with the purchase price with your lender, they're going to ask you for the appraisal money, and they're going to ask you for extra dollars for the credit reports. And what that means is, I told you guys before, you pull your credit when you get pre-approved. You pull your credit that first time when you put the application in finally with your purchase price to make sure that you can still afford it and your DTI is still good and your financial situation did not change when you put the application in with the actual purchase and sale agreement, then they pull your credit. So you got to pay for that. And then they're going to pull your credit again. So you probably see a charge about maybe $35 or $30 or so, and that's credit report fees. And the appraisal could be from $700 to $1,000 or more, because it depends on the square footage of your home. And then there is the home inspection that you have to come out of your pocket for, and you want to make sure. Now, I tell you guys, make sure it's the house you want, because understand this, and many people won't tell you this. I'm from the banking background, so I'm speaking, I know I'm talking about the real estate channel here, but it's all entailed into the real estate deal that you're going to be dealing with. And so when you decide you want this house and it doesn't appraise for what it appraised for, and you have the ability to pull out because it did not appraise for that price, based on the type of loan that you're going to have. Like, say if you have FHA, it has to appraise for the price that it was selling. Or of course, FHA is going to tell you that, you have to come up with the extra money, and you have to show proof of funds for that, right? So understand, if you pull out of that house, right, and you paid now for the appraisal, and then you also got an inspection, and you decide you're going to go find another house, please understand that that is a different appraisal fee and a different home inspection fee. Okay? It's just the truth. So make sure you're not wasting your time and your money, and that you really love that house and you want that house. Don't, because I see some people, they want to go see all of these houses, and they want to see so many houses, right? And that's fine. But understand the time that it's taken to go show you these houses, right? And understand that when you do a contract, that is time that contract has to be done too, because you're not doing the contracts. So I want you guys to think about time spent. This is time that takes away from you actually securing the house you really want, right? So be very strategic in planning your time, and make sure that you value, as a person, as an individual, as a human being, that you value your realtor and everybody involved time, because your realtor, if you got a good one, is valuing your time. That realtor is not going to show you well, for me, I'm not going to just show you one house in a day. I'm telling you to choose in three houses, at least 3 houses, so that we can maximize your time. So if we see 3 houses today, you don't have to rush, coming off of work to see a house. So if I can show you 3 houses on Saturday, or 4 houses, that's very close in proximity, because it doesn't make sense to show you 3 or 4 houses and then in 4 different directions, north, south, east, and west. That just is not gonna make sense. At that time, you're probably gonna stress your realtor out, and she gonna probably tell you to find another real estate agent. Because I want y'all to understand, she can also, or he can also terminate that contract. Okay. So I want you guys to make this process as easy as possible for yourselves, and understand that time is of the essence. So if you want to put an offer on a house, don't make your real estate agent, wait for a whole week to show you a house, because that house can be under contract any minute, any second. Remember, guys, we're in a technology world where the blink of an eye, you could fill out a contract on your phone and bloop, yep, send it. So I'm just saying, y'all, think twice before you sleep on the house you really want, if you're going to keep on procrastinating to go see it. So that's the next step after you get pre-qualified, is going to search for your home and seeing what home is going to fit you and your family or your loved ones, right? So don't procrastinate going to see your homes. And at the same time, make sure it's reasonable. Because you guys, I'm going to tell y'all, some of y'all start out saying, I want to live in such and such area, such and such area. And then your agent be like, okay, I got you. Okay, I can work that out. I'll do that. Now y'all, and then y'all start talking about later on, after y'all done signed the contract, And real estate agent is with y'all and y'all want to go to 50 different counties all of a sudden. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. You told me before I took this contract that you love this area. And that, excuse me, that is the area you wanted to go in. And I said, okay, fine. So I started looking for places in that particular area, 3 different areas. And then I'm looking for these 3 different areas, and you on a whole nother side of town. You done picked a whole nother 3 areas. I'm talking about whole counties. I mean, come on, y'all. Counties, not cities. Counties. Okay? Look, I'm just saying, be mindful when y'all picking and choosing where you want to live. And at the same time, know this. Whatever house you go see, the next one needs to be close so you can, you know what I'm saying, get to see as many as you want. Because now I'm not saying that your agent is not going to be sweet and kind and take you wherever you want. That's not what I'm saying, because that's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. We do customer service. But come on, y'all. You and I both know. Don't take advantage of customer service, please. Listen. Maximize on your time. Time management. Come on, time is money for y'all too. And then what about when it's taken away from your rest and you exhausted and then you want to give up on this? Don't do that. Boundaries for everything. Boundaries as to when you're going to look for your home. Make it that particular day or that particular time. Whatever it is, whatever works for you, stick to it. Stick to it. And if you got to change it a little bit, that's fine too. But what I am trying to say is, don't be trying to go see one house and it's an hour away. You know what I'm saying? One house a day. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of driving. So maximize your time. When you searching for that house, maximize your time. Okay? So you can see as many homes as you want to and need that you're choosing. If you choose a certain style of house and your real estate agent is going to stick, for me, I'll stick to that same type of house, but I'll add 1 or 2 in there and say, and see what you like. This is just extra. I gave you what you wanted, but I'm going to give you a little extra. You know what I'm saying? So try to see at least 2, 3 houses so you don't be like, oh, I don't got the time today. I don't have the time today, and I don't have the time today. And if you're really ready looking for a house, guys, you're gonna have to get on it. Go ahead to get on it, because if you keep on waiting and you got pre-approved, the rates are not locked in until you do the application. So lock the rate in. Hurry up, find the house, put it under contract, the one you love, the one you like, close to loving, whatever it might be. And understand too, it doesn't have to be your last house. You can buy a house, build some equity, buy another house with the equity. That's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother video. But the point is, I wanted to let you guys know today was what comes next after the pre-qual and pre-qualification. That is searching for your home and getting it under contract. Okay. And locking that interest rate in. So if you got that pre-approval at a 5.2% and now it's 6.1%, you know what I'm saying? You got to find that home. When you say you want to pre-qualify, pre-approve, you got to be ready. You got to be so ready that you're willing to put a house under contract tomorrow. That's how ready you got to be, because time is of the essence for you to get this done. I told you guys in my personal videos as well. I got my pre-qualification in February, and I knew where I wanted to live at, and I searched and I saw a couple of homes. At the same time, I put in my application once I got my purchase and sell agreement from the other real estate agent for the other home from the seller. Once he gave a yes for me, I put that contract in so quick, and I had to submit that to my lender so it can be exact numbers, as far as down payment and closing costs and things like that. So once I submitted that purchase agreement, they did the appraisal right away. Scheduled it. I did the inspection right away. I gave them what they needed to do. I ended up having to get a termite letter as well, because FHA will require something like that. All I can say is that I closed in March, April actually. I found the home in February when I got pre-qualified. I put my application in March, and in April, I closed 29 days later. It would have been 28 days. But see, I was already prepared before I started the process. I was prepared and in a position before I got pre-qualified. And then I knew where I wanted to live. And I knew that I had all the money that I would need to close the deal. So therefore, this was a very easy process for me because I did my research. And by the time I got my realtor, I just did the research for myself. That's something I wanted. When I want something, I will work hard to get it. I will research it, I will study it, and I will get it. And that's what I did. I'm a go-getter. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm aggressive with what I want in a good way. Okay. So once again, that process is searching for your home and getting it under contract and moving quickly with your due diligence. Okay. Getting your home inspection, making sure everything is done, the radon test, the home inspection, the whatever it is that you got to do for that house, get it done. And so you can close. Closing do not have to be very difficult at all. If you go and get pre-qualified and approved based on the information that you already submitted, it does not have to be hard once you submit that contract. It does not have to be hard. But if the only thing is different is that you going through back and forth negotiations, if something happens and it shows up in the report or the appraisal or whatever it might be. Okay. But other than that, I'm not saying it's not a hard process. It's a hard process when you don't know what you're doing or you don't have somebody who know what they're doing. But when you know what you're doing and you know somebody who know what they're doing and they know what they know, it don't have to be a hard process. So with that said, look, I don't know if I repeated myself redundantly or what, but I just wanted to get it through to you guys that is the process, and it could be easy or it could be hard. It could be easier or it could be harder. It could almost happen and it could never happen. Okay. And it's up to you and how you want to make that deal happen or not happen. So if you have any questions, listen, comment below. You know what I'm saying? Like, share, and comment on this video, please. The next video on Tuesday, I'll figure out what that might be. Who knows? We may have a contract, a purchase under contract by then, hopefully, and I can share with you guys some of the things there. But let's see, put something in the comments and see what you want to talk about, and I will definitely ask questions. Let's do this thing. I will go live only when I see questions and comments and, that needs to be addressed. But if there's nothing that needs to be addressed, then your girl will go silence. Okay? But anyway, as I always say, take life by the throat and make it speak into existence what you desire. Speak your desires with your realtor, Aisha McNeil. Tell her what you want. Let's find it. Finding and creating your reality, baby. Let's do it. Later.